we share a lot about this in our trainings, and we talk a little bit about like these different stages of your real estate business. Like you have this place of startup, then you move your business to survival, and then you move your business to a place of stability, and then you move your business to this level of success, and then you get to a place of significance. And what happens is as people are moving their businesses to these different levels, you start to find yourself like feeling in different spots. So from startup, you get to like this place of survival, and you're trying to like figure out like how's this even gonna work? How can you make real estate make money, and how can you make money in real estate? And then the goal is when you're in survival, like the idea of stability looks amazing. Like you want to be in a place of stability. You want to have consistent income coming in. You want to have deals that are happening on a continual basis. And then this level of success sounds like even better. Like I want to be like super successful. I want to be able to have like the money that I want to create. And what happens for most agents is most agents just balance between these two spaces right here. They balance between survival and success. They start to create business, they start to create opportunities, they start to do deals, and they make money. And then when they're making money, they fall out of like the habits that were creating the business in the first place, and they go back to survival, and they go back and forth between success and survival. So most agents, if they are doing real estate at any level, they have this ebb and flow, and they have these ups and downs in their real estate business because they're bouncing back and forth between the two. And the ideal place to be as you're getting your business moving is to a place where you can balance between stability and success. Stability comes from systems, and it comes from consistency. So you have to have consistency, you gotta have systems to be able to be in this place of stability. And that's where you start to really see the end results. And what happens is that people miss out on their systems and consistency. And as you're moving your business forward, you wanna start to create more and more levels of success. And down the road, you get to a place where money is just money, and you've made enough money, and you make money at a certain rate, and then you move to this place of significance, where you start to get to a place where you want to create, how can I provide more value in the marketplace? How can I do things that are going to be beneficial? And maybe it's not just based on ROI, it's like, how can I impact other people's lives and do things that are outside of just making a lot of money? Now, for some agents in our industry, like success is the finality. Like they want to be there, and that's a great place. They want to make a bunch of money, and they just like that is the highest and best version of themselves. And for a lot of other people, like moving to significance is like that's the game changer. That they want to get to a place where they can start to create more value and help people move along this path to get to where they want to go. And I have found that moving on this pathway, one of the easiest ways that to be able to structure that is being able to have a lifestyle. And we talk a lot about like designing a real estate business that will fund your lifestyle. And that's where we come to this place where we talk about these 4 F's. And the 4 F's, what it comes down to is you have this first quadrant right here, which is faith. But this idea of faith is like you becoming a better version of you, and understanding that the ideal world would have you 3 years from now look back and not even recognize the version that sits here right now. That you have become that much better of a version of you that now you like are showing up at a whole different level. And what happens is as you become that version, your business will start to transcend because of that. And the next section on here is family. Family in real estate is more than just like your spouse or your kids or your cousins or whatever. Oftentimes your clientele become an extension of family. Like your clients' families become family to you. You're the vendors, and there's like some power behind this idea of building family. And then the next section is this idea of fitness. And fitness is more than just biceps and six packs. I mean, fitness comes down to designing a business and designing a lifestyle that like fits your life. So at the end of the day, when you go home, is the home that you live in like a place that you're excited about going home to? Like the vehicle that you drive, would you be okay giving someone a ride to the airport in the condition it's in? Like how fit is your life with like these different ideas of fitness? And then we have this last section where we talk about finances. And finances is really like a summary of this idea of a fuel. Because money is just an accelerant. So money just gets you to where you're going. So if you're going nowhere in life, it'll just get you going nowhere faster. If your life is in circles, then you're just gonna go in circles faster. So it doesn't solve problems, it just accelerates and moves things faster. And what it does is it amplifies who you are. Money doesn't change you, it just gives you a glimpse of who someone really is at a greater scale. It just amplifies that personality. As we break into this in the next section, we're gonna talk a little bit more into designing a real estate business and how to make money in real estate. But the problem is with most business planning is, especially if you look at real estate, is the idea is that if you get enough of this, that somehow it'll solve these other things. That if you have enough money, that somehow now you're the kind of person that is going to be a good person. That if you make 6 figures in real estate, now you're going to be like that charitable person starting now. Or if I make $500,000 in real estate, then I'm going to be like that really good person starting then. Or like, if I make $500,000, if I make $200,000, then I'll have some time for my family. Like then my spouse will like really appreciate what I'm doing, and my kids will love me more, and they'll like wait a minute, this will solve these different things in my life. Or that if I have enough money here, then I'll have the lifestyle that I really want. That I'll have like the house that I want, and the kid, and I'll have the healthiness and the travel and the trips, and then it's all solved. I just gotta get enough money here to solve that other thing over there, then it's all solved. But I've been around this industry long enough to know that there are many people who have tons of money here, that these other sections are train wrecks in their life. And so the premise behind this is to really talk about how this idea of creating income comes back to really first focusing on what this looks like and having a foundation around this. So we talked a little bit earlier about this idea of setting up boundaries and setting up standards. It will start with this. It'll start with you setting up boundaries and standards about where you're going to allocate time for you. And it's going to come down to talking about like how you're going to spend time with the people you care about and like allocating time for that. And then you start to look at like how do you start to create this lifestyle piece here. And then if you start to spend time in these different quadrants, what naturally starts to happen is you create space for money to start to show up. Because these things here become so important to you that you now want to fund this. And that's how you fund it. Because now you're going to start to build the business that will fund this lifestyle. But if you're just going after money and thinking it's all about money and it's going to solve all the other things, then you've got it all backwards.